It's great seeing you again. How have things been going since we last met? What's been going well for you?
Well, I'm building rapport with my students and getting to know them better. I absolutely love the team that I work with, and I was able to call all of my students' parents and introduce myself.
Wow, that's really great. Do you have any challenges or concerns lately?
Yes, it's been really overwhelming, to be honest. I thought I was prepared for this classroom. I thought I was prepared for this. Classroom management is a real challenge. The students seem to sense my inexperience, and it's chaotic in my classroom.
I understand how that can be challenging. Let's start by talking about your classroom management strategies. Can you tell me a little more about what's been happening and what you've already tried?
Okay, well, my students are constantly talking over each other, and it's hard to regain their attention once they're off track. I tried using a signal and some rules, but it's not working as smoothly as I hoped.
Thanks for sharing that. What I hear you saying is that keeping students engaged and getting them to adhere to your class expectations has been a real challenge. It's important to address class management. Have you considered involving the students in setting some of the class rules or discussing the consequences of disruptive behavior with them?
That's an interesting idea. I haven't thought of doing that. Maybe if they have some input, they'll be more inclined to follow the rules, you think?
Absolutely, I've seen it work before. Involving them in the process can give them a real sense of ownership. Now let's talk about your workload. I see you're really swamped with meetings and administrative tasks. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
It's incredibly overwhelming. I barely have time to plan my lessons, and they end up feeling rushed and disorganized. I'm constantly running from one meeting to the other. I did mention it to my principal, but I don't think it had much of an impact. They have their own priorities.
Yeah, I understand. It can be really frustrating when you don't get the support you need. Let's focus on what you do have control of. Have you considered working with your colleagues to plan together and maybe organize your tasks by priority?
I haven't really tried that. I was trying to be more independent, but maybe I can talk to my colleagues today during our grade level meeting about possibly planning together. I can also make a prioritized list of tasks and set certain days when I will grade papers.
I also noticed when I walked by your classroom the last time I was here that you were handing out papers and you were sharpening all the pencils. What do you think it would look like if you passed on some of those responsibilities to the students?
That's a good idea. But once again, I didn't think of that. I didn't think that they would be able to handle that. But I think I can give students jobs and have them pass out papers and have a supply manager that sharpens pencils for everyone.
Well, that sounds like you're making a good plan and you have some great next steps. Remember that you're not alone in this. We can work together in improving class management. I can even come observe next week and collect data on what you're implementing and the newly collaboratively created expectations. And I can also support you in finding more ways to manage your workload effectively.
Oh, thank you for understanding and being so supportive.
You're welcome, Sarah. We'll work through these challenges together, and I'm here to help you succeed in your teaching career.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.